If you could display dynamic content anywhere in WordPress using just one small code, that is shortcode. In this tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to create your own custom shortcode inside a WordPress plugin. So we can create a shortcode and use it to display our content dynamically to give it a shape of custom portfolio. Okay, so without wasting any of our time, let's quickly jump into the development. All right, so we were having this code so far, and let me quickly make it like this. So it looks a bit clean, and if you want to get that, you can simply check our post or you can check our previous video. So we are going to register our shortcode. Okay, so I have just written a comment as I was doing already to give you guys more details about everything, so anyone who comes to our code knows what's going on. To create a shortcode, we use a action hook named as add shortcode. Okay, so we can say our shortcode something like WP creative portfolio, because that was the name of our plugin, so we can use same for our portfolio, but it depends totally on you. Make sure it is not having any sort of conflict with any of the other developers code. So we can call it like callback function, something like render shortcode, or I can say it like render portfolio. Okay, great. So we have registered our shortcode. To use it, we will be using it something like this. Okay, now it's time to move into the development of our render portfolio function, which is our actual callback shortcode function. Perfect. So we can say it's something like render shortcode, so anyone who comes here knows what's going on. Perfect. Let's create our function, public function render portfolio. Okay, so we will be passing our attributes variable. All right, first things first, as I already mentioned in my previous video, once we are using our shortcode, we have to enqueue our assets. That's what we were saying, right? So now we are using our shortcode, so it's time to enqueue our assets. So what was the name of our function? It was enqueue. All right, if you want to know it, you can see here it is. So it was a statics, that's why we are using it statically. Perfect. Oh. Okay, so now coming to the actual shortcode, as we were doing for other options, so I will be creating few options which we can generate from our settings page. We can say it's something like posters per page, like how many posters we want to show, because we don't have any options created yet. So at the moment I can simply stay with the -1, which means all our portfolios will be fetched, so you can play with it as per your requirements. To get more details about everything, you can check our post, which I will be providing in the description. Okay, now how to create shortcode? Simply, we will be passing our ads like this shortcode underscore ads, and here we will be providing our array of items like this, and here in the attribute section we will be passing our attributes, and then what is the name of our array? Obviously it is WP creative portfolio. From where I am getting this? Exactly from codex. You can simply search this one in WordPress. and you will be getting all the documentation. So I will not be taking you towards codex this time because it is your learning, so you can check it and you can see how to create a short code. It's not a problem at all, but this way you will be knowing how to use actual documentation of any application like WordPress or even a custom plugin or even a custom theme to extend those things. And if you feel stuck, you can always reach me through the comment section. Perfect. Now coming to the development once again. First of all, let me just quickly show you what we are developing. So as you know, we have our portfolio HTML here, and if I open it, we were having some title and description. So we have to create our options or variables like this. So we can provide anything here, like I can say portfolio. Okay, and then obviously our text domain. And this very same way we can also create one more variable option or attribute which can we can call it something portfolio or description. Okay, so what it does, it simply does, once a user doesn't provide any of things, we can call back to the default items, right? Perfect. Now once we have to print anything, we will be using actually object start and object get clean. What is that? It is actually use of object start and object get clean. It provides us a buffer, so rather than simply echoing or printing anything, it keeps everything inside a buffer, and then once we echo that object get clean or return it, it provides all the HTML structure or graph. So we will be using it. How to use that? If you want to know more about it, you can check our post for better understanding about the code. But now simply here I will be starting our object start. It is built-in function. Perfect. What's next? The next thing is we have to fetch our filters, which are our categories, and our actual post items, which are our portfolios. So first we have to see how we will be fetching those. Okay, to fetch categories or custom taxonomies, we simply use get underscore terms function. So we can say it like terms, and this is the function which gives us our items, get terms. So passing what we will be passing here, we will be simply passing here our taxonomy name. What is the name of our taxonomy? It was WP underscore portfolio category. Okay. Yes. And if we want to just show those one which contains any item, we will be using hide empty to true, which means it will only be showing those items which are having some content. So our filters are not blank at all. Now our terms will be having these items which we already have. Perfect. And in this very same way, we will be also having our posters. To fetch posters, we use, yes, exactly, we can use WP query. So first we create our arguments array, what type of posters we want to fetch and things like that. Okay, so the name of our post type is, it was WP portfolio. No problem. If it's wrong, we can come back to it. And how many posters we want to show? Yes, our posters per page variable. So if we want to say 10, we can simply update it 10. But this way we can give user option to update from the back office. But it's not a good practice, because for shortcodes we can create one more. Yes, exactly, one more attribute here, like number or count, and whatever passed here we will be showing here. So it is a task for you. Okay, create one more parameter named count and use in your shortcode. That's how you will be actually learning it. Okay, then you can simply fetch that value using the adds array, which we will be coming to later, and then you can pass it here. Okay, so if we also want to make sure our post status is published, only those items should be shown which are contain published. Okay, but now we are simply going with this. The reason is we have to keep our this thing as much simple as we can, but it's always useful to use post status publish, because we only want to show those items which are already published and live, because we don't want to use draft or other post types, so we can keep it, no problem at all. Okay, so how to pass this to fetch our posters? Exactly, we can create some variable like query, and here we can create wp query, and we can pass our arguments array this way. And now if we print our query, you will see something like this. uh, what it's doing actually, it's doing nothing. First of all, because I have to just, because anything is in our buffer should be returned, only then we can see what's going on. All right, so this was the name of our shortcode. Now if I just go to a page. Okay, it says unexpected expecting on line 19149. So during development we miss these things. What is missed here? I don't see anything is missed. Oh shit, we have to pass it in an array actually. If you see, we didn't provided it anything at all, so we simply made a mistake. Okay, all right. So that's how we debug things. We go to line number if they provide any. Otherwise, if you don't see and you see this error screen, you can simply enable debug log. So I will be creating another video for that. So how to create debug log, right? Okay. So let's me actually, it's asking us to use a template, but we will not be doing anything. We will be going with the default one. All right, so here it is. Everything is coming back nicely, but it's not our purpose. So it was only for testing purposes to see if we are having anything. Okay, now we have to replace it with our actual HTML. That's something we will be doing now. If we have to open first our HTML, as we are converting our HTML, and we have to go into our HTML file, and then we have to see which section we want to fetch. Okay, yes, portfolio start and portfolio end. So if we copy it simply, and we come back to our here, and we paste it, and we go back to our plugin and see what happens. Boom, our assets, because our assets were already loaded, everything was loading, so now we got the portfolio showing up. Now only thing which we have to do is to make sure we have to simply extract these things, like our these are not dynamic. Anything we are seeing here is not dynamic. Now it's time to make those items dynamic. Perfect, so things are taking some nice shape by now. Perfect. Okay, now quickly jump into the next phase. So first of all, if we want to have a check, if we want to only show this section, if there are posters, we can check if query have posters. But in this video, we will not be doing that. We will be going into the more details section. Yes, in more details to see what's going on. Like if we go here, we will not be checking anything because we have already default item. So if I just go here and echo escape HTML, why we are using escape HTML? Exactly, to make sure everything is properly handled. Okay, so attributes are the array of attributes we are using in our shortcode, and now under that we have to check our title, and if we just go here, boom, you see it is coming from here. And now if I just go here and add something like titles test and publish. Okay, I hope you got the idea. Yes. So wherever we want to use it, we have to simply pass that argument. And if that argument is set here, it will be taking preference here. If it's not set, it will be falling back to our this one. So usually we do keep it empty because we give control towards the shortcode. Exactly. Okay. So now in very same fashion, we can fetch our description. Simply, I can simply copy it and paste it here, and the variable of our second argument is description. Save it and you will be seeing the change. Perfect. And now we can also use our description of the portfolio, so it will be showing up there. Perfect. Any confusion so far? Nice. Now we have to come towards our filters. So as we discussed already that our filters are becoming part of our category items. So these are our filters. Now we have to jump into it. Obviously, our filter, which is called all, will always be there. So we can simply echo it something. Once we use translation ready plugins, we have to use underscore e or esc underscore html underscore e, and then we have to pass our static string along with the translation text domain. Now it will be translation ready and will be showing. Next thing is something tricky. Why I am saying it? Because we have to show only those items which we have in our back office, right? So something I can say like I can add some check if not empty. What was the name of our terms? Yes, terms. And we can also double check it, and it's not WP, is WP error.